Welcome to Real People, Real Voices. I'm your host, James Jackson.
I'm your co-host, Pastor Wayne Moore.
Always a pleasure to host with you.
It is a pleasure. Let's talk about our
We got
sponsors.
Lee Castle and Crawley.
We have the Fervent Care Christian Academy.
Marion County Health Department.
And our new sponsor, Al's Modern Clothing and Shoes. It's time to get clean, brothers.
Yeah, gentleman gets dressed up. A lot of great sponsors. You know, Dr. Moore, I'm so grateful to God for our sponsors who have helped to keep this show going for the past several years.
You know, I'm grateful to God, number one, for that, and then number two, to be able to be in front of a camera, to be able to do some radio. Many years ago when we met, I wasn't doing anything like this, and I want to thank God for WHMB TV and for you for giving me
Thank you.
The privilege of working with you. And
You've gotten good at it.
well, I don't know about that. It depends on who you talk to in the city of Indianapolis. But
Yeah.
I just want to thank you publicly for working with me and allowing me to work with you.
Thank you, and thank you for making yourself available. And thank you for being part of our audience and supporting us on Fridays at 9:30 p.m. and on Sundays at 5:30 p.m., making us a part of your week. Please go to WHMB TV 40 on YouTube. You can watch this show when it's over, as well as others that you might have missed. And of course,
Yeah, like us on Facebook. Love us on Facebook.
and follow us.
And follow us. We need you to do that.
Yeah. We got a great show for you. Coming up next, owner-operator of a Wingstop here in central Indiana. Michelle Sadler is going to be joining us here in just a bit. We'll be back after this. Welcome back to Real People, Real Voices, and we're joined by Michelle Sadler.
Hello.
Hello, how are you?
I am great. I'm honored to be here.
It's an honor to have you
We're
here.
honored to have you.
Thank you. Thank you.
So you are owner-operator of Wingstop.
Yes.
What's the location?
7711 South Shelby Street. We're on the far south side. We were the first Wingstop in the state of Indiana.
Really?
Yes.
The first one.
First one, state of Indiana. Yes. Been open it'll be 12 years in June. We actually opened our doors.
We never knew that.
Okay.
I never knew that you would be the first.
I didn't either, but that's how it all worked
God is
out.
able, isn't
Yes,
he?
he is. He works it out. Even when you don't know, he's going to work it out.
Yeah.
So
And it's a restaurant.
it's a restaurant.
The food is really, really good.
Yes.
And not only can people come into the restaurant and get the good food that you provide there, we give you an opportunity to talk about some of the products that you have, but you also cater.
I do cater, yes. You know, in the early years when we first opened up, being the first Wingstop, you know, we had no name brand recognition, and that's how we kind of built our name, by doing some catering. And how I started my catering business was customers would come in, I'll say, hey, where do you work? Do they cater food in? Can I bring some free samples? Because the business in the beginning was kind of not what you wanted it to be, and that's, you know, one wing at a time. So I would take free samples, and once people tasted the food, they were all in. They
So
were
you
like,
gave Wingstop the blueprint.
I did. Yeah.
Let's take credit for it. Let's go on and do it now.
Yeah, so I was the first, and I think I put us on the map here in Indiana. And there are several others now that are not mine, but I had the first. So
That's good.
That's really wonderful. And I mean, you're doing a tremendous job.
Thank you.
The product is really good. You've catered for my church, and you more than once, and also for meetings that we've had.
Yes.
So whether it's a small meeting or a large event, you're pretty much able to do it.
yeah, we can accommodate. So large or small, we did as many as maybe 10,000 wings at one time,
Really?
and as little as 100. So we can do whatever you need. Of course, with the 10 or the 5,000, we need notice to plan for it, and but we can do whatever you need.
You have to create some mass slaughters for that 10,000, huh?
Well, we have different farms, and so one thing is our wings are fresh. The bone-in wings are
Yeah.
fresh, never frozen. If you come into the store, we don't cook anything till you order it.
Right.
Everything's cooked to order. And so we have different farms that we use around the country in Alabama and Mississippi. So we get delivery twice a week. We get fresh delivery of wings, and it has actually a kill date on the box, and so it has a certain amount of days to use it, and so the wings are actually fresh. I tell people that chicken was literally living a few days ago. So,
Okay.
It's an interesting way to put it.
yeah, I mean, it was, and now it's going to be served to you, so yes.
Yeah.
So, Michelle, how did you get into this?
Well, first of all, I've been in the restaurant industry pretty much almost all my life, 40 years now. And I've had 2 jobs in my life. One was for 17 years, one's for 11 years. And working those 2 jobs, in the restaurant industry, I was told by my superiors I did a good job and got promoted through the ranks, and always was told I did a good job, got the promotions and the raises, and I started looking at things, think, I do a great job for other people, why not do that hard work for yourself? So looking at that, like, okay, you worked this hard for somebody else, I gave 120% no matter what, let me do this for myself. And so I always wanted to do something. Of course, I didn't plan to open a Wingstop, it just happened. So I wanted to do a business, but I didn't know what was the right business. But food and restaurants is my thing. I love cooking, I love making people happy. And doing Wingstop was, someone just called me one day and said, hey, I am traveling and I eat at this place called Wingstop. Can you look on, my internet isn't working, can you look on the internet and see if there's one in my area? And it wasn't, and I just started looking at the website. And I said, oh, wow, I could do this. My husband came home from work and said, hey, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna open a Wingstop. He's like, a wing, what are you talking about? I said, for real, I can do this. Now keep in mind, I am an extrovert. I don't meet a stranger. My husband's an introvert. And he was like, I'm not doing no Wingstop. So he's a computer person. So he gave me his blessing and allowed me to use our money. And within less than a year, we were open.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So what was that process like?
So the first thing was, keep in mind, I wanted to open Wingstop, but I had never had the food. So the first thing I had to do is go find a Wingstop. So the closest Wingstop was Illinois, 3 hours away.
Really?
Went up there, tried the wings, liked it. Went again, tried the wings, liked it. Called Wingstop corporate. They gave me the information. So you had to qualify to open. You can't just say, I want to open a franchise. You have to qualify for it. So qualified. Next step was, okay, I need money. Didn't have enough money to do the whole thing. So I applied for SBA loan. And keep in mind, when you open a business, people say, I want to open a business. You got to, I didn't realize I was preparing, but I was preparing years in the past for this business, meaning good credit and saving my money. Because when you apply with the SBA, you got to have good credit. You got to put 20% down. So all the little things you have to do that you need to be prepared for. And then you need to be prepared for when you open, things don't go like you planned, and you need to be able to survive the long haul. So the hardest part was going through the SBA process because there's a lot of paperwork, a lot of things to do. Once we did that, found a place. I'm on the far south side of the city. I live northeast. I had picked a location northeast, and Wingstop corporate came out and told me no, that you can't, no, this will never do. And so we went around the whole entire city, and we finally found the south side. My original plan was to open 4. And I was like, okay, I can go to the south side. Eventually, I'll get back to my side of town. Of course, that really didn't happen that way. But the process of finding the building, contractors, except within less than a year, we were open. And now we'll be celebrating 12 years in June.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
So you still plan on opening up another one? Or?
Well, the market has just been released. So someone came into the market and was going to open 12 stores, and he only ended up opening 6, and something happened with his contract. So now the market is now open for more stores to be open. So I am considering that at this moment.
Outstanding.
Yeah.
So what's the best part you like about being an owner-operator?
I like it all. I like hands-on. I'm a hands-on owner. When I'm there, I'm in a uniform. I'm cooking chicken. I'm cleaning tables. Whatever needs to be done. Wingstop is my baby. I call this my restaurant. It's my baby. I believe and I want people to be happy. Of course, we're not perfect, but we strive for excellence every day. Every day as we strive for excellence, and we want people to be happy. We want clean environment, good food, good customer service. So I really like it all. I meet a lot of people in my restaurant. I have a great staff. You can't do it without your people. If you do a business, you're not it. It's your
People
people.
make it work.
People make it work. You can't do anything without your people. My general manager's been with me since we opened. Actually, before we opened, she worked for me at Red Lobster. So she's like my mini-me. I mean, when I'm not there, she handles, all my managers do a great job, and all my staff. I have I've been blessed. Great
That's
staff.
good. That contributes to the stability of the organization.
Yes.
To have somebody with you that long.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, got to appreciate your people and treat them right for them to stay.
Well, hopefully in the next segment, you can give some folk who are watching some insights on how to be successful in business. So,
Okay.
you stay with us?
I will.
Thank you.
I will.
Well, we are talking with Michelle Sadler, owner-operator Wingstop out on the South Side. Hopefully you'll avail yourself to all the wonderful products they have there. I think Michelle's going to tell us about some of them. I like those corn.
Fried corn, yes.
Yeah, it's not the whole corn.
Yes, just a little piece of the corn on
Yeah,
top, yes.
It's really good.
Yeah.
We'll be back after this. Welcome back to Real People, Real Voices. We're joined by owner-operator of Wingstop on the south side of Indianapolis, Michelle Sadler. And you hail from Gary, Indiana.
I am from Gary, Indiana, yes.
GI.
GI, born and raised. I came to Indianapolis in 1989. So, and I still go back, have some family there and go visit. That's my hometown.
Any
yes.
Wingstops there?
There is one. They've been open a couple years.
Really?
Yes, yes. And my relatives like, bring a Wingstop to Gary, and that's a distance. If you want to be hands-on and manage things, that's about 2.5 hour
Yeah.
drive. So
Not good for management.
yeah,
Yeah.
just kind of the way I kind of micromanage, maybe a little bit. So yeah.
So we talked, before we went to break, we talked about the little corn. What's the proper name for them?
It's just fried corn.
Fried corn?
So we have a product on our menu called fried corn, and you can get it in different flavors. You can get Cajun, you can get Parmesan, you can get lemon pepper, you can get fried seasoning. And we just basically take the corn cob and we just fry it for about 1.5 minutes, and then we toss it in the seasoning of your choice.
And then you cut it up.
It's already cut.
It's already cut?
It's already cut. It's
Okay.
cut before we cook it. So we just toss in the seasoning and package it and send it out to the customer.
Which do you sell mostly, drumsticks or flats?
Well, first of all, so when you order just a 10-piece or a 50-piece, it comes with a mix. But we have the people who have a preference. They want all flats or all drums. But I believe all flats are a winner. We get people who want more flats than drums.
Flats are major, aren't they?
Now,
Yeah.
why is that?
More meat, isn't it? Wouldn't you think so?
No, actually the drums have more meat because of the
Right,
The
the
drums
the
actually have more
head
meat.
of it.
But the way you eat it's like a flat piece and
Put
the
it in your
skin-
mouth and pull.
Yeah, and there's a certain technique where you can actually take the
She-
whole.
she knows what's happening. Watch
Yes,
it.
I do. I've never done it, but there's a technique where you can take the meat, the skin, everything off, and just have the bones left.
Really?
In one.
Yes.
In one thing?
In one
You dip
thing.
it in a little blue
Ranch,
cheese dressing,
ranch,
put it in your mouth, scoop it like that, and pull.
Yes. Yeah, look it up on YouTube. There's a technique
You need
out
to
there.
understand how to eat Wingstop. But you're too busy eating corn. You know.
I usually just pull the thing apart
Well,
and do all that.
well-
But you guys have an art to it.
Yeah, well, when you're from the west side of Indianapolis, from Gary, you figure those things
Yeah,
out.
you work it out.
Yeah.
So, yeah, but the flats are more popular than the drums. And then as far as flavors go, Louisiana Rub by far is the most popular flavor.
Louisiana Rub?
We have a couple of flavors we make in-house, and all the flavors are made for Wingstop, so you can't just go to the store and buy
them.
our hot sauce or our barbecue sauce. It's made for us. But we make the Louisiana Rub, the lemon pepper, the garlic parmesan, and the mayo. And the Louisiana Rub is a rub, but it really starts off with sauce, and it ends up dry. Very, very popular. It's a lot of flavor with a little kick.
Do you ever go in and work with your employees?
Yes.
Yeah.
So, like, if you come to my store, I am there. Well, I'm not there as much as I used to be, but I'm hands-on, uniform, tossing wings, ringing people up, cleaning the dining room, whatever I need to do, I'm doing.
Yeah.
So it's my business, my baby. I'm there. I can do what anybody there does. So I'm not above, like, oh, I own it. I don't
Now,
have
do
to
you
work.
have children?
I do not.
You do not. I was
I
going to
do
ask you,
not.
do they work at the Wingstop?
I have a stepdaughter and a step-granddaughter. They live in Texas.
Okay.
But, yeah.
Okay.
So you've got the fried corn, you've got the wings,
Wings.
Cajun?
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. So we have bone-in wings,
Yeah.
we have boneless wings,
Yeah.
we have tenders.
Yeah.
We have fresh cut seasoned fries. So our fries hand cut every day. We dump the potatoes in the sink, wash them, cut each one by hand. We blanch them in the morning, and then when you order them, we cook them. That's the reason why they're like crispy on the outside and kind of soft on the inside. We have fresh baked yeast rolls. We have celery and carrots, and we actually hand cut our celery and carrots. With some restaurants, buy them already pre-cut, soaked in some kind of chemical to keep them fresh. We actually hand cut ours every day. Everything's made fresh. The ranch, blue cheese, we make homemade every day.
When you said yeast rolls, it thought of my mother's rolls.
They're really. Have you had our rolls? You had our rolls, haven't you?
I have.
Yeah, so they're really good. They are yeast rolls. People love the rolls, and we bake those fresh in the restaurant as well.
So everything seems to be fresh.
Everything's fresh. Everything, and we don't cook it till you order it. So if you walk in the door on a regular day,
That's why you have to wait about a minute or two to get it right.
yeah, it takes about 18 minutes.
Yeah.
So, and if we're busy, we might tell you 25 or 30, but normally it's 18 minutes to cook it fresh and do exactly how you want it. If you want it well done, it'll take a little longer, but everything's fresh, made to order when you order it.
Michelle, I'm very proud of you. I really am.
Well, thank you. Thank you.
See, sister, the only one. You were the first one.
The first one in the state. Now, there are others out there,
I understand that, but the
yeah.
state of Indiana, that's phenomenal.
Yeah,
And
People need to hear about that.
Yeah, they need to hear about it, and it'd be located on the south side.
yeah.
Well, they're going to hear about it now.
Yeah,
Okay.
they know about it now. We want
Yes,
to make sure
thank
they
you.
know about the Wingstop. And I'll be doing some work with you because I have a lot of things that go on, and I need to have some things taken care of. And I think I'm going to have a pastors meeting in January, and I might have you do it.
Okay, I would love to help.
Yeah, I'd love to help. Yeah.
And I should say that, excuse me, when Michelle does the catering, I mean, the excellence that she talks about,
Right.
it is all of that. It's not just thrown together. It's all done very, very well.
If you have to do chicken wings, call the Wingstop at 7711 South Shelby Street. Give her an opportunity to show her catering skills to you.
I would
Matter of fact, she
appreciate it.
created a blueprint for me. Yeah.
So before we let you go, the ingredients for success
Well, first,
from your perspective.
you got to have passion for what you do. And you got to have passion. You can't give up when things don't go the way you expect. You got to know that failure is going to happen and things aren't going to go. It's the saying I have, you win and then you win differently. And when you win differently, it's like things didn't go the way you expected. You got to know that's going to happen. Because I could have gave up my first year, my first 6 months, my second year. I could have gave up because things wasn't as I thought, like, yeah, we're going to open this restaurant and we're going to be successful. It didn't happen like that. It really didn't. There's some stories I could tell, and that's a whole nother program by itself.
But you won differently.
Yeah, I won differently, yes.
Wow.
So,
That is amazing. Most people are asphyxiated with wins and losses, but you don't lose. You just win differently.
And you got to know, you got to see the end. You can't look at what's around you. No matter how bad it might be, you got to know it's going to be okay. If you believe in God's word and what he said, it's going to be okay. You just got to keep pushing regardless of how bad it might seem. Because some people, and that's why people give up. And you got to plan for winning differently. Meaning like when I didn't pay myself for the first 3 years. I went from having a very nice salary at Red Lobster as general manager to pretty much nothing because I paid myself. I couldn't pay the light bill. I couldn't pay my employees. So you go from being humble to like, oh, okay, I guess I don't have a salary. Thank God for my husband who had a decent salary, but you're living differently. I can't do what I want to do. So you got to plan for winning differently, meaning like, okay, if I don't pay myself, but I planned for that. I had maybe a couple dollars in the bank where I could survive till we got to the point. So it's more than opening a business. If you have a week when there's a snowstorm and you're closed, you expected that money to pay the bills, but now you
And
don't
a lot
have
of people
it.
don't understand small business loans.
Yes.
Small business loans are, they are almost a recipe for disaster if you don't manage them right.
Yes, if you don't pay them, they, when we first opened and things were not great at all because we had no name brand recognition. So trying to get people in the door. But once people came, they came back. But just trying to get people in the door, and they don't play. If you miss a payment, they're calling you like, hey, we need to come in and take pictures, like, because we own everything in there and we're gonna sell it. So yeah, they want their money or they want their stuff. So you gotta pay your bills. If you don't pay, everybody's gonna.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Michelle, all the best.
Thank you.
Wish
To
you well.
Wingstop, you and your family, and you're doing a great job.
Thank you.
Keep up the good work. I'm so proud to be sitting on this set with you today.
Well, it's an honor to be here.
Thank you.
It really is. So thank you guys for having me. I appreciate it.
You're
you.
welcome. And thank you all for joining us today. I hope that you'll stick around for the rundown. We'll be back after these messages. Welcome back to Real People, Real Voices. I'm your host, James Jackson.
I'm your co-host, Pastor Wayne Moore.
And I'm your executive producer, Faith McKinney.
We have had a wonderful show, and for some reason, I'm in the mood for wings.
Man, this is going to be a great year. This is going to be a great year because this is the year of the chicken wing.
The year of
it is.
chicken.
Yeah, so we're going to have a great year, man.
That was wonderful, wasn't it?
Yeah, and she was an inspiration. I mean, she was an inspiration to any young person who has a desire to be an entrepreneur.
12 years, and I haven't seen, and not that, a lot of awards are given out.
Right.
By different organizations here in our city. And for someone who was the first in the state not to have received some of these prestigious awards.
Yeah, no accolades whatsoever. Yeah. I didn't even see, I didn't know what a Wingstop was until maybe 2 years ago.
Yeah. Right.
And her location is on the south side, so I had no idea.
You know, and
when I say that, I'm among black organizations.
Yeah, but I wanted to say something about that, and that is, this is a different type of city. You have to be at certain tables and connected to certain people to get awards here in this town.
Shouldn't be that way.
And it's sad that this woman was the first in the state of Indiana to have a Wingstop. And she had to come on to tell us on Real People, Real Voices that 12 years ago she did this. Yeah. And nobody that is at the Black Chamber knows about it. Nobody who sits in high places knows about it. It is really a sad situation to have a woman of this caliber and not the community at large does not know about her.
Yeah. Some of them may, but yeah, you're right. And I hope that will
I'm right
change.
about what, Jackson?
Well, I mean, it might be at least one out there that has honored her. I just have not heard her name come up.
Yeah, she's probably been honored by Wingstop, but she hasn't been honored by our own community.
Right.
And if we are wrong about that, certainly I would like to know.
Yeah, and I would hope that we are wrong about that because it's very difficult to be a business owner, and as you know, it just doesn't happen. And she's very humble about it. She is very. She's like, I just opened a business. I'm not doing anything special. I'm like, it's special.
It is very special.
Yeah, very special.
And to survive that long.
Yeah, and to beat the odds of small business loans is phenomenal.
And she made no inference or indication that she expects to be honored in any kind of way.
No way.
We're just as pastors and
we see that is necessary for her. I feel it's necessary.
Yeah.
And that's why we have her here.
Yeah.
And that's why we have you here, so you can meet the people.
And we honor you.
Yes, we do. We'll see you next time.